Today we're going to be talking about the activity for Wednesday in our Buying with Credit investigation. So if I go to the slide for Wednesday, our topic for today is comparing credit cards. So you're going to do an investigation where you use a website from the Financial Consumer Agency of Canada, and you are going to compare 4 different credit cards. So one of them needs to be a low interest rate credit card. One of them is going to be a credit card that does not really offer any rewards. There's going to be one that has rewards. Rewards would be things like air miles or gas points or cash back or something like that. And then the last one is going to be a store-based credit card. So a credit card associated with a grocery store like President's Choice or Sobeys or IGA, or something from Canadian Tire or Tim Hortons. There's a bunch of them that are in there. So I would start first by just looking at what is in my table, right? Those are the 4 types of cards we're looking at. And then I'm going to be interested in the product name, what bank it's coming from, the annual fee, the interest rate on purchases and cash advances, your minimum income required, the rewards, and then any additional information about the interest rate. So I'm going to click on the link, which is the credit card comparison tool. And there is some information that you do need to enter into here. So it wants to know what province we live in. So we currently live in Ontario. So I'm going to switch that to Ontario. And then it wants to know what currency. So CAD means Canadian dollars. So I'm going to leave that as is. And then the last one is asking, are we looking for something with a low interest rate? That's something that's good if you think you're going to make a purchase and you can't pay it off and you're going to carry a balance, which means you're still owing them money. It's good to have a lower interest rate. So I did notice when I picked yes or no, the only difference was that if I picked yes, it sorts by low to high interest rate. And when I picked no, it sorted by some other criteria. So it's up to you if you want to say yes or no. It's your choice. So I'm just going to leave it and click on search. And my results should come up. Now it does say here under results, it says sort by. So it decided to do it by annual fee. So that's how much it costs a year to have the card. But your other choices are, you can sort by interest rate, you can do it by financial institution, so the name of the bank or the credit union that it's coming from, or the product name. So I think since the first one is a low interest rate, I'm going to search by purchase interest rate. And a bunch of different credit cards came up from low to high. So you'll notice the first one, I can see immediately it has a $25 annual fee, that the interest rate is between 8.45 and 16.7%, and that it's in Canadian dollars. So as we scroll down, the interest rate is going to be higher, and it tells you just a little bit of information about each credit card. So you'll notice like this one down here at the bottom says rewards, cash back. So I know that this has rewards. You can keep clicking on 2, 3, 4, 5 or the ... to keep picking higher numbers, to look at other credit cards so that you can see a bunch of different ones that are here. And they should tell you a little bit in the name. It'll tell you a little information, but if you want to know the full details, you just click on view details. So I am just randomly picking one so that we can talk about the different things we need to fill in our table. So for this one, in the table that we have to fill in, the first thing was product name. So the product name for this one is the Simply Cash card from American Express. And then the next part was the name of the bank or the credit union. So for this one, the name of the bank or credit union was Amex Bank of Canada. So I would type that in there. The next thing it wants is the annual fee. So the annual fee is just how much they charge you per year to have that card. And you'll notice it says annual fee, first card, second card. I don't care about the second card. I only care about the first card. This one says no fee, which means it's $0. They don't charge you an annual fee for this card. So I would put $0 in my table. And then it says interest rate on purchases. A purchase is something that you buy. So if you go to the store and you buy yourself a television and you put it on your credit card, that's a purchase. So for purchases, it is 19.99 and then you could put the 00, it's up to you, but it's 19.99%, which is pretty high, but pretty average for credit cards. So I would put 19.99%. The next one here says interest rate on cash advances. So cash advance would be 21.99%. A cash advance is when you go to a bank machine and you take cash out from your credit card. And they charge you a very high interest rate. It is really not recommended that you do that, but it is a service that they offer. So I would put 21.99%. And then it says minimum income required. So some of these cards might offer a lower rate or better rewards, but they require a certain annual income. So you have to make a certain amount per year to get that card. So this particular card just says not required. So you can just put none in the table. But there are some where it will either state a personal or a household amount. So you would record that number and then just tell me whether it was personal or household. Okay, rewards. So one of the nice things about credit cards is they do sometimes come with rewards as an incentive for you to use their card. So it says here information about rewards, and they offer cash back. And if I go and read a little further down, it says I earn 1.25% cash back when you buy. So I would probably include not just say cash back, I would say 1.25% cash back, just so that there's a little bit more information. And that means basically if you spent $100, you would get $1.25 in return off your bill in cash back. All right, and our last one says additional information about the interest rate if applicable. So for this one here, the interest rate was just stated. There are some credit cards where it gives you a range, or it might talk about it being prime plus a certain amount. So you would need to write a little bit of information about that. But this one doesn't have anything, so I wouldn't enter anything there. And then from here, I would just go back to results once I've finished filling in the information on that one credit card, and then I would go through and pick another one, right? So you want to do a low interest rate, you want to do one that has no rewards, you want to do one that has rewards, like that card that we just looked at had rewards, and you want to pick one that is store-based. So you find the store-based ones, you have to look at the names of the cards, but you will eventually find ones that are associated with a store or a business. And that's all you know, filling out a table for Wednesday.